chose Lillooet as a location because there's so much natural terrain out here that's all super rolly and has tons of potential for all kinds of different hits. And one of my dreams and goals was just to shoot in this insane crisp golden light that's coming through with massive dark storm clouds in the back with all the epic red dirt and green grass, and somehow that magically happened the other day when we were shooting. Like, this is teeing off, so we gotta just bang out runs, and it was so sick. I don't even know who initiated the icing. I think Harookz did, but everybody just keeps getting iced out here.
The icing game has been pretty heavy. I've been losing. I think I'm on a 5 now.
Oh no! Shit! Hello, headache.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Nicely done.
Shit.
You're like power now.
You guys are next.
Anyways, stash them in things like someone's shoes, so they roll out of bed and they grab their shoes. First thing they get is they have to chug is full can of Smirnoff Ice.
Tell me when I'm good.
Okay.
Oh! Oh! Damn!
There's a short list of really important things in my life. Coffee and eating food being 2 major ones, and
Chef Harookz is in full effect here. Wakes up, busts out coffee, busts out breakfast, busts out another round of coffees.
easy, check it out. We have some campsite butter chicken to consume tonight. Whew, so amped.
Full service, so it's pretty sick, and he's just laughing the whole time, having fun. So yeah, it's a good scene, taking care of us. Yeah, one of the first things that we found in this zone when we were driving around when we came here originally was this like 100-foot run-in into this naturally shaped step up. So we're like, man, we have to build that. And then as soon as we got up on the landing, we realized that it's all dirt to like a perfect drop. So it's like berm to drop. So we're like, man, that's something we have to do.
Well, that step up, step down was pretty much the biggest power build of the trip. We had like 7 of us working on it, and it was like a day and a half straight of just straight digging. So basically just dug until we couldn't dig anymore and got it all finished up. And the next day was guinea pig day, and Kyle went up and
Too much G!
the compressions were a little soft, so I came in and just kind of dug in and just, and then it's just coming up. So nose cased into the landing, which is whatever, is fine. There's nothing I could really do about it, but we just gotta make a minor tweak and it should be all good. A little bit of 4 low, sit back, relax, break those plastic mud flaps off.
Finally got it done, burnt up all our time, and we ended up with one evening to get the 3 drop and the step up. Between Norbs and I, you know, he had a few with the wrong speed, and I had a bunch that just weren't hooking up for me trying to do glide cams and stuff. Finally, I went to the top of the hill and shot it pretty tight and long, and I got it somehow. And it was like one take. I'm like, oh, that's like the only shot I'm gonna be able to use in the movie, but I have it. So, okay, let's go get the 3 drop. Got the 3 drop, Norbs nailed it. Basically, it was like one take deal for each shot, and it's one of those moments where, you know, if you don't get it on that try, that it wouldn't have even been in the movie. So all good, it worked out. Pressure was high, but we nailed it, and it's exactly what Norbs needed.
Before it got dark, when action was happening, how did it look?
How do you think it looked? Sick.
Straight back to the camp, finish the rest of our beers. We rolled out in the morning, out to the canyon in the next zone. And yeah, for us, we'd seen photos that Norbs had taken of it, and we didn't really understand the scale of it, but go over this little mountain pass. It's all dirt road, single lane. And the first place Norb stopped with us is this little lookout point, and like, boom, like, I don't know how many 1,000 feet of vertical was below us, but it just was like a mountainside with switchbacks down it, and just valley, like most insane view of the Fraser Canyon and Fraser River, just like massive. And he just points way, way down there. I'm like, oh, that's where we're staying, that's the cabin. And over there's the rest of the ranch. And I was like, oh my God, are you serious?
Wicked piece of land that these ranchers owned, and they had this tiny little cabin.
Had like one bed in it that Norb's got to sleep in because he was the athlete. And then we had just foamies covering the whole surface of the whole cabin that all of us were laying different ways all the time, and pretty much laid in there the majority of our time while we were on the trip.
We're waiting, just roasting in the cabin all day because the only light that we can shoot in is right at the end of the day when it's setting. So we're waiting for the wind to die down and the sun to get low so we can go send it. It's just roach mode all day.
One of our midday activities, you know, to keep busy while we were waiting for the evening light was to walk down at the bottom of the cabin and roll some rocks off the hill. So luckily we scoped it out and had a few eyed up and let them rip.
Oh yeah.
Luckily we had this creek, which was like 30 feet from the front door, and it was summertime. I mean, like smoking hot. So we basically spent all day building this creek spa, building wading pools, and we had a little beer pool, and
It escalated into making up one pool and like another pool, and then we had like full cascade pools going down the whole river and swimming spots for everyone.
we were able to hop in the spa and shower up and have a beer, and you know, it wasn't all bad. So we left that place with a nice little piece for the owners. All of us were drained. We spent so many days digging and shooting, and Kyle was riding every day that we were basically at our wits end. And so Kyle, final day shooting, he had a pretty solid over the bar crash and was pretty beat up from it. So we had to actually pack up and leave and head home because we were all just needed energy and needed to basically reboot our system so that we could finish this whole segment off.
So we were able to go home, and during that time period we were working with our dog, doing our shooting. We also were able to get this mulch jump built, this step down, and that was for Norbs to learn to flip because he'd never flipped a step down and never flipped on his downhill bike, most of all. So Paul Genovese was here, and being the wizard he is at slopestyle, he'd done a few flip step downs before, but never on his downhill bike. So he came out with us and provided a bit of motivation for Norbs.
Norbs had mentioned that he was going to flip a step down on his downhill bike in Lillooet, and he was a little bit nervous. So I hadn't flipped a step down either on my downhill bike. So you know, they had the step down on the coast into mulch, and we both tried to do it for our first time there. And I sent it first, and it worked out well, and I was really psyched. And I could tell he was a little bit less nervous because of that.
Okay, so now the plan is when we go to the zone, you'll just wear my clothes, ride my bike, and do the line.
No problem, dude.
You got this, Nathan.
Yeah, dude. Well. Oh yeah! Perfect.
Told ya.
Thanks, Paul Beasy.
So perfect.
Shouldn't be so much excitement for a mulch landing, but
Dude, it was sick.
Dude.
It worked out, too.
thank you.
No worries, dude.
You just did it, nailed it, and like that was the best thing I think we could have done in preparation for that shoot.
It worked out perfectly, and yeah, it was just a sick evening. And then the next day we were off to Lillooet, so we could send it there.
We just knew that if we wanted to get this for Norbs, it had to be that light. And we missed it like 2 or 3 times. just because the windows were too small to actually get the shoot done and prepared and then done. And finally, on one of the last nights that we were able to even be there, we got the window and we were all ready for it. And
got up there and dropped in, and everyone was just so amped and so ready, and he sent it and he went so big, like huge. Oh shit. And he over-rotated just a little bit, like you couldn't see because there's like a ridge and the landing was back here and we were on this side, and you couldn't quite see, but you just saw his bike like flip through the air and dust. And he like gets to the bottom and everyone's like, oh man. And he just gets up and cheers, yeah! And just was super amped and didn't hurt himself at all.
And that was that. It was like, okay, well, you had your guinea pig, like let's get it. We got the window and there's a cloud rolling in, so let's do it. So he pinned it up top and just perfect hit, like insane. No, his suspension and his arms couldn't even move, like.
Yeah! Yeah, dude! Yeah, Noobs! Yeah! You just flipped a step down!
It was insane, just like totally perfect, most perfect flip, and it's this huge ridge line, massive backdrop, the whole Fraser River in it, like sunset, backlit, insane. Sickest shot of the movie, I think, and it was another one of those moments of like, man, you got to get this shot or this is just not going to be in the movie. So Kurt got the loose, the safety angle of it, and the real nug of it, and I got the tight detail of it, so good to go. Nailed it. Norbs was pumped, so pumped for Norbs. We all knew he would nail it, but you know, it's just like having him go out there and do it and wrap it all up. It's just like that was like a huge goal for him. Really cool for that to happen. Just handed a gift with the light, and everything came together after months of working on one line, basically.